Welcome to another edition of Healthier, Happier You. I'm Al Levine, the Talking Machine, with my co-founder and host, Bethany Montecalvo. And we're going to start talking about healthier tips for you and some things that you can do. And of course, I have my green tea, and it's chilled green tea. I just had it sitting out, filled it up.
We can't start the show without talking about your green tea, though, because everybody watches you on Facebook about it. I look and I'm like, oh, 96 likes for you with your tea. It's awesome.
And this is my legendary loose leaf green tea weather report cup.
There you go.
I'm going to sip right now.
Go ahead, take a sip. Take a sip.
Longqing 4th grade. That's the brand.
That sounds serious.
It is.
That sounds so serious when you say it. We were just talking prior that this is a cup that you've had for a long time.
Yeah, glass.
It's been with you. And we were trying to think what vintage is, because when did you say you got that is?
1999.
1999. I don't think it's considered vintage yet, but you'll have it for a long time. It's a nice glass cup. It's fancy smanchy. I love it.
And it even
Looks
held
great.
Frozen green tea in the winter.
See, that's when you know it's a great cup.
It's nice and thick.
It is.
You can feel the weight of it.
Let me see. Whoa, buddy, that's a serious cup right there. I love that. I love it. See, I like it. We all have our own little thing going on here. I changed my Cantini.
Let me.
No, this is you can do
Whoa.
a tricep.
Where's that purple one? People
Well, I
raved
dropped
about
it
that.
so many times.
Oh, this has a dent in the back
Well,
side.
because I dropped that too.
Okay.
This is the thing. When you carry this everywhere and you travel with it, you're bound to just drop it. But it's okay. It just means it's
It has
a story.
some character to
it.
it.
Does. Imperfection is perfection, right? So, yeah.
If you say so.
It is. I love it. I love it. Yeah.
I'm glad we could cover that.
Yeah.
And this is also known as Dragon Well, Longqing 4th grade. The
Dragon?
Dragon Well.
Why is that? I wonder why that.
The emperors used to drink it. It was their tea.
Ooh,
Way
I
back
love
when.
it.
The emperors of China.
My question is, how do you just like this kind, right? Or do you?
I like about 3 I have that are my favorites right now.
And what makes them your favorites?
Just the flavor.
The flavor.
Yeah. They're loose leaf.
Do you like when it steeps so long? Some people like it because it's so strong that they love that taste. Do you like that, or are you just like,
It gets
no, I really
bitter. I had a friend of mine that I had him start on
Agreed.
green tea, and he was putting a tea bag in. He was a coffee guy, so he figured if he left the tea in for half an hour, that would give it all the great properties.
More time, the better?
Yes.
Oh, better.
And I go, how are you doing drinking the green tea? He goes, it's so bitter. I hate it. I won't drink it. I go, well, what did you do? So he explained that
Yeah.
he kept it in a cup for a half an hour, a tea bag.
Oh, for him to be
So-
able to...
2 to 3 minutes.
That's all you need. That's all
it.
you need. Half an
get-
hour is pretty strong.
And you get all the polyphenols, the catechins, all the good things in there
Yeah.
in that time frame.
Yeah.
You don't get more of them. You get a bitter taste, a bitter aftertaste, which is terrible.
And that doesn't make tea fun to drink. Like we talked about, he goes through how many cups a day?
6 to 12 cups a day.
And now, is that summer and winter? Because it changes in the...
This is number 7.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I have... Okay, question. Can you drink... Obviously, it's chilled. But when I like my tea, I like it to where it burns. And I know that's not good to where it burns my throat, where I don't enjoy it.
It should
It's
not be
bad.
hot. It's actually warm.
It should be... I know.
Yeah, like
I
a
know.
lukewarm.
I know that.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I just like
that's
it
your
real hot.
preference.
I know, but
We're
I
all
know
a little
as far as
different.
how, right.
So we gotta
but
accept
I mean,
it.
can you drink when it's really cold? I can't. It could be my favorite tea, but when it's really, really cold, I'm done. I can't.
Well, I let
You,
this
my
cool
friend.
down, and I'm still
You
drinking
can.
Longqing 4th grade.
Longqing
4th
Blues.
grade.
I'm sorry, 4th grade. Yeah, that's.
They graduated 3rd grade, so now it's 4th.
No, I love it.
They have a 3rd grade, and I tried it. It's more expensive, and it doesn't taste better than the 4th grade. So
Really?
yeah, it's interesting. The different flavors and tastes. I've tried, I can't even, 30, 40, 50 different types of green tea.
And isn't that funny when you get and they'll say, oh, tea snob. I don't think it is. I think when you drink something, you have a preferred taste, or when you eat something a lot, you really love that. So you get an acquired taste of that with What is tea that's just fruit? I'm getting a brain fart. It's just fruit, and I can't think what it's called right now.
Like the herbal and
right, and it has no caffeine at all.
Right.
Which I love it, but it's not my favorite. My favorite is peppermint, spearmint, green tea, and lemon scoffle, or lemongrass. That's like my favorite.
You're a connoisseur of the tea.
I try to be. I try to, how we talk about loose tea, it's really good for you.
Right.
To always just do loose. But there's times when I'll just travel. Do you ever just travel with a tea bag or something with you?
I bring a container with loose leaf green tea. I'll just drop it in.
Oh, you won't even need a little satchel bag. You'll just go.
It'll settle, and you can actually drink a little around it.
There you go.
Some of it'll settle to the bottom.
See, I love that. I love how we all have our own things.
I need a sip now. Delicious.
Life-changing, I think, right?
Well, when you become a connoisseur like we are of the green tea.
Right? I love that.
Definitely.
I love that.
We're going to take a little break right now. Stay tuned. We'll be back in a minute or two. And don't change that dial.
I think film and television in general is a very discouraging industry. It takes a lot of years of pounding the pavement, calling people, finding your ends. You're gonna carry a lot of heavy cable, get dirty a lot, and find your way in. With the limited amount of resources out there and the limited amount of opportunities, there's a fantastic resource right here. And it's public access, it's free of charge. Anybody can come in and gain that experience. Dave absolutely loves to help people, never said no to us growing up. Anything we wanted to do, we were able to do here. The first year I was here, I would just sign on for different projects, like Stump the Students was a show that I worked on quite frequently. It was a game show. We would just come up with our own little ideas, mostly sketches, a lot of school projects, a lot of classes when we'd have to do a project on a story we read or something like that. I would always ask if we could do a video as our project instead, and we would typically do it through Dave. One of my favorite things we did was one of the simplest things we did. It was put together in an afternoon. It was something we wanted to do for fun. We were playing around learning Final Cut Pro, learning how to do linear editing, and we decided to do something in reverse. So we filmed me, actually I think it was, running around the building out here, jumping off walls backwards, running around backwards, and played the whole thing in reverse. It was really simple, it was, corny, we just did it for fun, but for a couple weeks after that, people kept coming up to me at school like, well, how'd you do that? We were more exposed to our student body than we felt we were, not having an association with any extracurriculars of the school. It was fun to see how, even though we were doing it on our own, it was still making its reach to Bethel Park, and it was still something that we were getting feedback for, positive feedback from. And that was really nice. I would say that BPTV is one of the greatest creative resources this community has, and I would absolutely encourage anyone with any interest in production to come here and learn from Dave and take their ideas and turn them into something. If I hadn't been here at BPTV, I wouldn't have advanced at the rate I did in my industry. I wouldn't have had the passion for my industry nurtured the way it was here. I don't think that I would have pursued it because I don't think I would have had as clear a picture of what was available to me in this industry unless I had come here and gotten that first-hand experience prior to having to make the decisions that you have to make whenever you're graduating from high school. Opportunity really only comes to people who establish a lifestyle to seize it. And this is the kind of place where you can seize an opportunity and change what you want your future to be.
Thanks for tuning back in. We're going to start the second half of our show right now.
All right, yay. Thanks for bringing us back. So I wanted to talk about today liquid nutrition. But before we get into why it's so amazing for your body, I wanted to kind of chat how we came about and how you tried it. And it's so funny because we were either Facebook messaging or texting. And I was like, hey, I have something you'd like to try. And he was, how do we get on Dead Sea Salt? How do we get on that?
Well, I have that Himalayan pink salt, which has like 85 minerals in it. So it's very good if you're going to have salt. We had talked at the end of a show a couple months ago.
Yes.
We had a little hiatus here,
We
and
did.
now we're back.
We're back, yes.
And we were supposed to meet, and she said, I want you to try some. Do you take vitamins? And I'm like, yeah, I take vitamins and other things. So she goes, I have something that's great.
Yes.
And it's in a liquid format. I go, well, that's better than those pills and capsules. So
Yeah, which is, for me, and I'm not against anything. If something's good, I will try it. But I really struggle with taking multiple just supplements, and especially if it's in a pill, because
they don't digest properly.
No, and you don't know if they do. You don't know what, the cause. I just don't like that. But with this, I really, really like it. And it was interesting. So we did a deal. I was like, you give me the Himalayan pink sea salt, I'll give you the liquid nutrition. Sorry, guys, there's a little fly flying around. So what we did was we met at Simmons Farm, right, on 19.
Yes.
We did a quick exchange. I gave him the liquid nutrition, and you gave me the salt. And can I say, I put that in my omelet every day with a little bit of
how
black
is
pepper.
it?
Amazing. I love it. It does actually taste different to me. I could generally
It
taste
has a
the
flavor,
difference.
nice
It
flavor.
does. Rather than if you just get, the caca salt that isn't really
The
good.
calcium chloride that they put on the streets.
Exactly. Please share. That's so good.
That's why the salt that you're eating is what they put on our streets and combined with other things out there. It's not very good for you. It kills plants. There's no nutrition in it.
So good.
And this Himalayan pink salt is just wonderful.
It's not processed. It's the same. It's funny. I have Himalayan sea salt rocks at home, and
I have a light.
I do too. Yes. I have a couple of them, and it's interesting because people are like, well, I don't really understand the purpose and what is it. And I talked about negative and positive ions, and it's interesting when you think of something negative, you would think is it being bad, but believe it or not, it's the opposite. So with the computers or radios or things like that, those are considered positive ions.
Right.
And the Himalayan sea salt is considered negative. But when you have that in your home or wherever you're at, it kind of Stevens everything out. It helps repel against that. But everyone's like, well, how do you know if you get a good salt lamp? And I was like, honestly, lick it.
Yeah.
Because you would generally be able to taste if it just has a plastic coating on it.
I have to
don't.
admit,
Have
I
you?
have licked it.
And it's legit.
Very salty.
See? See? Some things you just got to do what you got to do. But anyway, I love those. I think that's wonderful that you have that. Great minds who totally think alike, Just
definitely.
saying. Yeah. So after we did the trade, I love the salt. Thank you so much. But you asked, well, okay, like, what is this? And I was like, okay. So here we go. One of my very good friends, his family had a lot of cancer in his family, and people were sick, and he really devoted his life to helping people, to empower people, and his name is Bobby Vitality. He's a really good friend of mine, and this is his, and this is what he believes in. Is it full?
Yeah.
It's full.
She
It's
said
ready to
you
go.
gotta shake it.
Yes, you have to shake it. You have to shake it for sure. And this is in here a complete nutrition. It's food in a bottle, guys. This is great. This is something that you don't need to take multiple supplements. This is everything you need. Granted, if you're on a prescription, if something that the doctor tells you, that is not something you stop due to this, but this is something in addition if you are taking doctor-prescribed medication. But as far as just natural supplements, I stopped taking everything because everything is in here.
Right.
And I was like, this is great because I was taking this supplement and then probiotic and then this, and it was great. But this just kind of nicks in the butt, and you just have everything in one. So this is your complete nutrition in a bottle. Yeah. And the thing is, it's stimulant-free. It's simple. It's safe, guys. I love it. And this has a 98.9 absorption. Help me out.
Absorption.
Yeah, absorption rate that absorbs into your body. And the thing is, it's getting into your tissues. It's getting in there. It's actually serving a good purpose. And I kind of fell in love with it because before I even start to suggest anything, I always want to try it because I'm like, all right, if it's
We're
not working
similar.
for me,
I experiment
right?
on myself.
Yeah,
Definitely.
because we're so interested in health, but I feel like we generally want to like test the waters because I would never want to suggest something if I haven't tried it.
I agree with you.
Right?
No argument here.
Yeah, so I really enjoy that too. So what you do, guys, is in the morning you have a couple of options. You want to take a full tablespoon of the Vitality FX on an empty stomach. You could just chug it back, but you must drink water after it. You have to use that water to push it through your body to be able to do all the great things that it's doing. Or you can take water and you could just dump the capsule, the full tablespoon in it. Explain like the taste. I mean, I think it tastes really good. It's a concentrate, so
it's a nice flavor.
Yeah.
It's a good, tasty
Yeah,
flavor.
yeah, it's not something
like fruit
that's
and
yes,
things.
it's
Very
not something
fruity,
that's
yeah.
kind of like a yucky feeling,
No,
you know.
nothing nasty.
Yes, nothing nasty here. Yes. So with this in here, and you guys are probably thinking, well, gosh, like what is in here? This, how whenever I was learning about it, when I was understanding what it did, this is basically having $300 of a supplement in here because everything that's packed in here. And there's so much in here, I had to bring the write-up on it because there's so much. But when we get into how simple it absorbs into your body, you know,
Right.
it's something that with different supplements, we were talking, you don't know if it's absorbing, you don't know if it's breaking down, you don't know if it's just kind of hanging out in your belly.
Sure.
You know, so this is something that you know because it's like what it's getting into too. And this is safe, guys. This is fat-free, this is stimulant-free, this is sugar-free, and it's low carb too. So this is something that is good for everyone. This is not vegan, just so you know, if we have any vegans out there, there is not in there just because of the B13 in there. It is from grass-fed bison, and they are grass-fed. And because if they aren't grass-fed, it's impossible to be able to get that B vitamin into our bodies because if they're just feeding them grain, they don't produce that. So that's something that was really cool and interesting to me. And my friend went and actually saw where they were grown and where they were raised and what they were eating, which is really interesting to me too. Because when you get behind it and you see that the people making it actually care.
Right.
It's not like making a buck. Yes, we're all here to be able to have a purpose and make money. But when someone generally has a desire to help, it's a really, really awesome thing. But as far as the nutrients are in it, I just want to tell you a few. There's CLA in it, which is amazing. It reduces your body fat and enhances lean muscle. So this is really good for muscle recovery, guys. If you're a weightlifter, even if you're someone that's a walker, anything that you are doing to try to get lean muscle, this is really, really good too. This helps boost your immune system too, and this helps stabilize your glucose too. So that's an awesome thing because if you take that in the morning, it's finding that homeostasis to where like all is well in your body rather than when you wake up. When
You
you
won't
don't
have the highs and lows.
Thank you. Yeah, that's exactly right. You're not going to have those highs and lows with that too. And there's that, it's the hydrolyzed collagen too, which is really good because it helps repair and restore our tissue, which that's something that we need too. And it helps with proper function in our bodies and our organs. It's something that is food for your body, which is really good too. And it has, of course, aloe vera in it as well, which it helps soothe, cleanse, detox, rebuilds, restores. But this has over 200 nutrients in one bottle, which was really interesting to me. There's 200 things. And I was telling you that generally someone who's really healthy, and I'm not trying to say, oh, we got it, we're really healthy. I don't. It's a journey. I have good days and I have bad days. But you just get back on, you keep going. With something like this, it is awesome because you're getting that every day. It's something you continually have to do. This isn't something you take here and there. It's something that you have to take every day and be consistent because with consistency comes with great results. So
First
it's something,
thing in the morning.
First thing in the morning. And some people are like, I can't do it in the morning. That's fine. Just do it at bedtime. Yeah, bedtime after your food and after your stomach is clean, because if you have food in there, it's going to absorb, and you don't want that. You want that to get in your tissue too. So there is over 200 just awesome things in here. And as far as my always question is, okay, how's it preserved? Like I want to know what is in it. And learning to not be, when I first started getting healthy, I was I like shared, I was like too intense.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't do anything, I wouldn't eat here. I think we as a community need to understand that, like to bridge the gap. We can't be crazy, insane organic, because there's really no such thing that anymore, you know, is being completely organic and everything's pure, because the world isn't pure, so it's impossible to grow those things. But if you're completely filled with process and junk and sugar and things that aren't good for your body, that's not good either.
Right.
But I do believe in meeting in a happy middle with that. And so when I was learning about this, my first thing was like, well, what's in it? I don't know what's in it. I want to know what's going on. Da, 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 da. And did you guys know, and this kind of blew my mind, if you are trading and if something is made out of the United States and it's getting imported to here, do you know there is no state law that says the ingredients have to be on the bottle? Technically, they don't have to be on the bottle.
Wow.
And you think, well, who's governing that? No one. That's why they could do whatever. So this is another scary thing. Things that we read on the bottle, they don't have to put everything that's
right
in there. Yeah, and I just thought, oh, that's so crazy
and they
to
do.
me.
They put it all in here.
They do. They put it all in. So for freshness, the few things in here and was really cool. If you have 0.025, something that's very little, you don't even have to put it on the bottle. So it could be something not good for you, but they say, oh, you're having it just once a day. Yeah, but you're having it multiple times a day and multiple times a week, so it's really not that good for you. But with this, everything's on the bottle. You could see everything. It's there. And this has a shelf life of 6 months. So it's not forever, because he wanted to keep it as pure as possible.
Sure.
But it's something that's really good that you could have. And then after you break it, you could put it in your fridge. You don't have to, but I like things cold.
Yeah.
Do you don't care, do you?
It doesn't matter, but
He's like, I'm either or. It doesn't matter to me. Yeah, so you could do that, or you could put it in your fridge.
It's in my fridge every day.
It's in your fridge every day. Yeah, and I love that. And it's something I look forward to. And even sometimes, too, I'll put it, and this I think is 40 ounces, I'll put it in here in the morning and just drink it before, because it's really hard for me to drink water. I don't like water. I know, like that doesn't
Well, I
bother
found
you.
out, since you're talking about water, here's a little trick with water.
Tell
You should
me.
take little sips and swish it around in your mouth.
Okay.
Because when you take, like say you drink 8 ounces, just flip it in, you feel very full. And when you're very thirsty and you drink, doesn't that lay in your stomach?
Yes, you could hear it
if you
swishing
swish,
around.
because you shouldn't do that. You should drink it in
I
little
love that.
sips and let it mix with your saliva.
Yeah.
So it actually goes into your body much better.
Absorbing. I love that.
So that's a tip I just learned this past week.
Are you trying it?
Yes.
Like, do you feel?
Yeah, it actually feels better.
See,
Yeah, so I've been
I
doing
like
it
that.
this week. I just started.
Okay, I'll try that. Yeah.
And another little safety thing, if you have high blood pressure, you should watch your salt intake.
Oh, absolutely.
So that's the one thing.
Absolutely.
Check with your doctor if you're going to have Himalayan salt, because it is good for you. But if you do have high blood pressure, you may have to
and
watch a little bit there.
we all want to be careful on how much we use too. You know, I think even if it's something wonderful, if you're doing copious massive amounts of something, it's really not the best for you. Moderation is what they say. I think that's what everyone says. Moderation is key. So you just have to love your body enough.
I'm going to moderate a little more green tea.
There you go. There you go. But you just got to love yourself enough to care about your body. And I always tell people, like, our body, to me, when I try to talk to people, I think it's like a high-performance car. That's the way we have to think about it. Just think about it.
Yeah.
Because if you have a high-performance car, what do you have to do? Well, you have expensive tires, and then the oil change is expensive. If something goes, you have to get it repaired for it to work properly. And you do have to put some money into that. That's the same with our body.
Octane.
Yes, high octane.
is.
Fill up. I love it. I love that. So treat yourself like that and be willing that it is time and effort. Nothing's easy, is it?
No. And you got to
have
be
to.
consistent. That's one of the key things.
Yeah, and I think people get really kind of overwhelmed because they think, go back to when you started this journey, like getting into it. I was overwhelmed because there was a whole new world and I was like, I want to change now. But it took a long time for me to get how I was.
It actually becomes a lifestyle.
Yes,
And
you're right.
that's why you don't want to hear dieting and different things like that.
Right. Do you even like that word? I don't even
No.
like that word.
No, I just brought it up as a
No, I
counterpoint.
love that. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it is, and I understand diet is part of our life.
Right.
But really, I love journey, like how you said lifestyle.
It's your lifestyle.
It is. It's something you have to do every day.
I'll go more towards positive things like this, the green tea,
I love that.
organic food when you can.
When you
Because
can.
it can be expensive.
Whatever your budget, it's better than nothing,
Right.
whatever it allows. And I tell people, if you need veggies, you can't afford it, you know what? Don't rack your brain about it. Get veggies. Get
Exactly.
conventional if that's all you can
Just
afford.
blueberries. I shared a tip where blueberries were on sale. They're not
Yeah.
organic, but they're delicious.
Yeah, they were amazing, and it was a really awesome sale too, right?
99 cents.
That's on it. Yeah, I love it. I love it. So we wanted to just share something that we're using that we really love, and I do carry this, and I do take orders for this. If you want to know any more information, feel free to contact me. My number is 724-328-2211, or feel free to email me too. And that's at goorganicbam, B-A-M, @gmail.com.
There you go. A
Yeah.
lot of great information.
Yeah.
And the other vitamins I was taking, I left them in the bottle.
Yeah,
I'm just taking this
just to
stuff.
see how it works.
Yeah.
I love that.
So
I love it.
I'm a couple weeks into it.
Yeah,
So
great.
Yeah, so far so good.
Yeah, so that's our regime. We just wanted to share what we're doing with you guys.
And we're going to be, I can't believe our half hour is just about done.
We could talk, my friend.
I know.
We could talk.
You did a great job. You out-talked the talking machine on Healthier, Happier You.
Why, thank you. I learned from the best, so
Oh, thank you, thank you. Well, that's been our show, folks, and we're back after a 2-month hiatus.
Yes.
And glad you watched our show, and thanks for liking our page, Healthier, Happier You. We'll be posting more stuff up there. We appreciate all your likes. And that's it for today's show, Healthier, Happier You.